Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Latoya. Welcome to a Manifest That Shit podcast. We are going to be talking, of course, about manifestations, but also about how you can make your life your business. We're going to be digging deep and talking about passion, purpose, and profit. So stay tuned for this upcoming episode.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Latoya, here with you another week, Manifest That Shit podcast. I am super excited. This is really, really special. So this is episode 13, and I have a really special guest. So first of all, there's always a first for everything, and I think that timing is absolutely divine. And with that, I decided a couple months ago to bring on a gentleman who has extreme value to so many people here in the state and really across so many places, and has affected so many people's lives. And so I said, you know what? I said, we got to always talk about it on the podcast about how, you know, the feminine and the masculine is super important. And I want to be able to show you guys and demonstrate how you can absolutely have both, and especially when you are in a healed place where you can really bring in the opposite sex and really have a real conversation. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Marcus Robinson, Mr. Mrob himself.
Mrob goes hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mrob goes hard. Of course. Of course.
I'm joking. Hey, how's everybody doing? This is your boy, Mrob goes hard. Government name is Marcus Robinson. Mr. PROBurn.
Mr. PROBurn. So, me and Marcus have known each other for a good while now. I think I just realized, I kept saying, guys, my special number is 5, right? But, you know, your girl is like so twisted. So I think I've been back in Phoenix for 7 years. Time flies. And so one thing that I've absolutely just really admired about Marcus is his mindset. The mindset is on point. It's shifting. It's pivotal. When I have an issue, a problem, and I need somebody to just be straight up like with me, he's definitely the go-to.
Yeah, you come straight to the source.
Straight to the source. Because, you know, sometimes we can be telling ourselves these stories, right? And gotta go straight to the source when you want the truth. So first of all, let's get past the plastic stuff. So first of all, what is it that you do? Tell people, what is it that makes you the Mrob goes hard?
Oh, I always tell people I'm a professional life enhancer. Like I enhance lives in a multitude of ways, mainly being mindset, really teaching people how to incorporate a fine-tuned mindset so that they can have a fine-tuned grind set, right? Mm-hmm. And along with that, there's that fitness aspect that, you know, it's just been a lifestyle for me in terms of, you know, my basketball background and me just kind of going through my journey of fitness and wellness, health and wellness stuff. So, you know, mindset combined with the fitness aspect has kind of led me to where I'm at now, which is the PROBurn movement, and we'll speak more on that.
But hold on, he's being a little shy, you guys. So first of all, when he means pro, you have some pro background.
Yeah,
you got
absolutely.
Some pro status background. So I mean, you know,
absolutely. My thing with this, and this is where I'm actually humble when I say this, because, you know, Toy over here thinks I'm just you know, on my high horse, but no, I rarely speak about my basketball background in terms of what I've done in high school and accolades in college, and, you know, playing a bit of professional basketball after college. Unfortunately, tore my ACL, which kind of retired me sooner than I wanted to, but
physically, but you're still on your grind,
but I mean,
right?
mentally, I was sharp as a butcher's knife, you know what I mean? So,
right.
But for me, I mean, it's just with basketball, it's something that I guess I want to say that I appreciate, because it really led me to where I'm at now in terms of mentally preparing me, physically, you know, preparing me, and just helping me cross over to where I'm at now.
Right.
But it's also something that I keep in the past, because I'm not trying to look at my rear view. I'm always trying to look at what's in front of me, where I want to go, so I can get to the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. You know, I be saying that all the time.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not really trying to be in my rear view, but if anybody wants to, that smoke, that free smoke on the court, I can still go. I just crossed over. But and since we're talking about basketball, I did cross over to the official side. So I am currently a college basketball official. So soon you'll be seeing me on TV. It's just going to take a couple more years,
and
but I'll be there.
This has been a goal for you for a good while, and it's nice because I like being around people who start something and who finish it, right? Who mean what they say and say what they mean. And I think that's something that's super important. And I think too, like there's a different level of athleticism that, you know, like for me, sure, I did dance, I did swim team, I did all these other things, right? And then I shifted into more of the mental aspect, the business aspect, right? There's a different level of passion that people can have. And I think there's this stereotype or this facade, this thing out there that everybody, especially on social media, you guys know it, you see it, you follow it, where it's like, oh my gosh, you know, we were just talking about it, like, oh, I'm going to follow somebody who's, you know, 6 feet tall, gorgeous, beautiful, you know, whatever.
Talking about me? I'm joking.
And you know, but there's this thing out there that, oh, I got to be like the next person, right? I'm keeping up with the Jones, and when it comes to social media, following the influencers that are out there. And there's one thing that separates.
Influence yourself.
Influence yourself, right?
Be self-influenced.
Right.
Is that a word?
Yeah. I mean, it can be.
Make it a word
right.
Today.
He's good at making up words, so am I. So, you know, so there's this thing that is out here in our society that's honestly, I feel, silently killing people in so many ways, because you're like, oh, I want to be like that person, you know. But like I was just telling Marcus, I'm like, I'm 5'1", you know, and I'm saying my physique and my mentality
with heels,
right? Whatever. Okay, on a good day, you guys, I feel really
She's
tall.
5'1". Just joking.
On a good day. But there's this thing out there that makes you feel like, you know, oh, you know, of course, let's just mention it, right? You got the Kardashians out there, right? They're major influencers, but they're not people who had these bodies originally. Right. They're shifted, they're changed, they're altered. There's nothing against that. Right. But there definitely is that mental makeup of what's really healthy and what's realistic.
Yes. That's why you got to guard your eyes and you got to guard your mind. You got to really, you know, break down what you're watching on social media, because some people spend more time on social media than they do watching, you know, television or any other form of you know, media,
being
entertainment,
involved
stuff like
in their own life. So, well, I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, if we're constantly, you know, we got millions of people on Instagram and billions of people on Facebook, you know, and we're constantly looking outward versus in, which is, I feel like, what you're an expert in. You're really working with the PROBurn movement and helping people to work from the inside out. Oh man. Yeah. You got to love yourself. You know, it comes from within. I always say it's in you, not on you, you know, and that's, now say that again. It's in you, not on you.
Not on you, you know. Right. So you know, like I don't think nobody loved me more than I love myself. So if there's anything I'm an expert at, I can teach you how to love yourself and how to develop confidence and, you know, get that little swagger about yourself and, you know, do it in a fun, witty type of way, in a type of way that doesn't, you know, have that arrogance, you know, type of feel behind it, or vibe, I should say, since we're on that. I mean, but there's a level. So you guys, so Marcus is a very good looking guy. And I'm all right, you know, 8.5. I'm trying to get to that 10 status. And so I think that there is somebody had said it to me, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and it was weird. And they were kind of separating themselves. They were going, oh, I'm kind of like a part of the pretty girl movement. And it was very much a high school kind of comment. And I feel that sometimes our
adolescent selves show up and in our adult lives. And it's like, whoa, like I'm here loving everybody as they are, no judgment. That's just how I rock, right? But when you make projections and make comments about yourself, or, you know, negative comments, that negative self-talk comes out, and then towards others, where do you see your clients kind of bringing their adolescent selves, right, their inner child, into your work?
Well,
do you see it? Have you recognized it?
I don't. Yeah, you do it a little bit different. I want to say demographic, and you know, different. Just it's a whole different world almost. Yeah. You know what I mean? There are similarities. I mean, it's all perspective, but for me, I think I deal more with just those insecurities of like I was just telling you about the woman I had a conversation with today who lost over 150 pounds. Right. That's an amazing feat in itself. Like she's done something that I could never do and would never do. I lost 30 pounds, you know what I'm saying? But she put 120 on that, and you know what I'm saying? So for her, it's not that she's not proud of herself. Now it's dealing with the insecurity of, man, I have all this excess skin, and you know, how are people going to look at me, stuff like that. So for me, it's more just building self-confidence. I don't really deal with a lot of clientele that have those type of issues. I said that has those type of issues that you're speaking about. But now that I say that, I'm probably gonna get bombarded with it. So I'm gonna knock on wood because I might. But I mean, for me, I think everybody is different in terms of their insecurities, in terms of, you know, what they need to work on in building that self-esteem and that confidence. But again, I'm gonna bring it back. It all starts from within. You know, whatever is inside you is always going to radiate. Right. So if you have insecurities within, it's going to show up somehow, some way, and it's going to show up at the worst times too. Absolutely. You know,
I was just telling myself, you know what? I'm like, I know that at one point we're going to work together, and I know I'm already crying inside because, you know, it's not the physicality of it. Like I'm good at pushing myself in the physical aspect, but I remember when I started my healing journey and taking time out for myself and putting myself first. And I remember I started jogging. You know, I was in San Francisco. I'm like, and I just kept pushing myself every day. I'd come home from work, that 9 to 5, I get my gym clothes on and I'd shoot right out the door, right? I wouldn't even give myself nothing to think about. I just go, I do it. And then I started jogging twice a day, you know, and I'd be hitting it hard on the beach. And I remember this guy stopping me and being like, I see you out here all the time.
And he was like, trying to campaign.
And campaign the wrong person's old man.
It don't matter. Hey, them old people. I don't want to say old people, but the older people.
The mature.
They tend to campaign. They be hard on that grind.
Yeah, you know, he saw me out there. He wasn't jogging, but, you know, he saw me out there, saw me doing my thing because I was showing up. And that's where I think, you know, the PROBurn movement, it's about showing up, you know.
Consistency.
And no matter what you do, whether it's in business, it's in your personal life, it's in everything that you do, is consistency.
You got to be a pro, right? Remember, I don't know if I told you what that pro stands for.
No, please.
So
enlighten us.
Yeah, I'm going to enlighten you if you listen. Just listen at me real quick. Let me learn you something real quick, Toya. Pro, I know we've been friends on IG for a while, so I always use the word progression, but I always had the pro in caps. Like people didn't really get that or understand that until I eventually just broke it down. But I was always big on progression, and you know, just starting wherever we're starting. That's where we build a foundation, and we just consistently make progress, progression. But I still, to this day, progression is like my favorite word ever. Like you'll hear me say it all. I'll say it about 2,232 times on this podcast, right? So the PRO is an acronym, and really it's a mindset thing. I don't know if you ever heard me say PROmindset a lot. PROmindset, PROgrindset, mindset for the grind set. But the PROs, it stands for preparation, renders, opportunities, right? That's the three words that are like, if you plug those three words into anything you do in your life, whether it's business related, parent related, fitness related, diet related, whatever, the more you prepare yourself, the better chances you're going to give yourself those opportunities, or to render those opportunities that will eventually be presented to you. Now, I can't tell you when. It might take a year, 2 years, whatever. Yeah, but if you consistently prepare yourself day in and day out, you will be able to render opportunities that are presented to you. You know, it could be you just walking in the park and boom, you might just run into somebody who has an opportunity for you. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you're going to meet. So that's what that stands for. The PROBurn, preparation renders opportunities. The burn aspect, you know what that is. We chase that burn. So we're going to burn some calories. We're going to burn body fat. We're going to build muscle, all of that. So
maybe wear my natural hair. Okay.
Yeah. Get that blowout. They're going to be blowed.
No, you know what? That makes me want to grab a piece of paper.
Take notes. Because I'm talking. I'm preaching now. There's a reason why she comes to me.
I mean, you know, it's
pure and uncut.
It's
no additives or preservatives. Not to cut you off.
Graduation level. No, it's a graduation level. I think that all of us have to, you know, you have the gym, right? Nothing wrong with the gym. It has all the tools, the systems that that you need.
Yeah, you got the gym,
right?
The gymnasium,
right? And you know, but for me, for example, I get very bored easily. I can be on the treadmill, I can be on the stair stepper, it doesn't matter. This is why, like, I love to dance, you know, and I loved, you know, doing different activities within, you know, PE back in the day, you know, whatever, but I love to change it up. Maybe the interval training, I loved that aspect of it. But you're literally the next level. And I think people need to give credit and acknowledge that it's okay to take yourself to the next level and working with somebody that one-to-one, because you guys realize, like, we don't get that one-to-one opportunity all the time. And you deserve that, whether you're a student or the student shows up to them be the master. Like, you have to, Oprah has a one-on-one person in different aspects in her life, right? I mean, all of the great people, Michael Jordan, whatever, but you take things to the next level. And I think that you've literally critiqued, you changed, you've altered, and then you've gotten to this level of, I won't say perfection. I don't want to use the word perfection, but maybe I'll use the word, the master level.
Ooh. Well, I mean, mastery is the goal. Like, I think
he's being too kind, you guys. I think
mastery is the goal. It's always, you know, where you want to be in terms of anything, right? I will say this, because you mentioned people go to the gym. You know, everybody goes to the gym. Everybody has the New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get fit.
Summertime fine.
Right, summertime fine. You know, I don't even. She tried to get me to do a summertime fine little campaign. I was like, I'm not doing that bullshit. Like, that's that corny shit. I'm that's that goofy stuff.
You literally stopped talking to me for 4 weeks.
Yeah, I had to put her on punishment. I had to slap that. I almost said slap that ass. I had to slap that hand one time. The back of that hand, just let her know, don't put me in that bag.
There will not be.
There won't be no summertime fine. Now, there can be a lifetime grind or a full year grind, a full year fine for me, because if you mess with me, be prepared to really, I want to say, just consistently commit to day in and day out. Not 30 days. I mean, I can get you right in 30 days, and we have protocols of where we can, you know, get the most out of your workouts for 30 days and help you burn body fat and build lean muscle, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a lifetime. It's a
yes
365. What is it? 365 days. How many days in a week?
Yeah,
7.
365
365
days.
7, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right.
I just say, hey, to lifetime.
Right.
So
no, and it is. I mean, when you make behavior, right? When you're making a change, it usually takes, they say, a minimum of 30 days to 90 days.
The habits.
Right, right. So, which is true. But if you're really about change and you're forced to change, especially when it comes to your personal health, you don't got a choice. You have to be.
No choice.
There's no choice.
It's called discipline.
Right. I mean,
and it's gonna hurt.
It's
gonna hurt, not physically,
right,
but mentally,
emotionally. You got to be willing to take yourself there. I'll give an example. So next year, right, for everybody, it's 2020. And I'm already...
2020 means money.
Right. I mean,
right? You
got to position yourself for greatness now. You got to be planting the seeds and harvesting, getting ready for that harvest, right? The cornucopia. And it's happening in 2020. Like I told you guys in the last podcast, maybe a couple times before, if you ain't on the train, then you're going to miss that. You're going to miss that train. Universally, the stars, the moon, I don't care what you believe in. You're going to miss the train energetically.
I'm on the plane. So I'm going to get there faster than you. You can take the train. I'm going to take the plane. All right? I'm going to get there faster.
Right. Well, there you go.
But we all going to get there.
We're all going to get there. At some point. Right. Yeah. We're all going to get there, So to me, Marcus, you have, and I've watched you guys, you can find him out on IG, and he can add you into the community.
Add me because my profile is private. I don't just let people up in my profile. So
it's exclusive.
Listen here. My content is banging. All right. Toya will tell you, not only is it banging in terms of the information and the knowledgeable aspect, but the comedy aspect and the stuff that be going on in some of these workouts. Right. Oh yeah, it's worth the follow. Yes. I mean, it's not gonna hurt you to press that follow button.
No, it makes my day because I'll be sitting here in my own little world doing my own little grinding thing, and I'll sit there and I'll see him post a video, and his video technique, you guys, is straight killer. It's fire.
Bananas.
It's fire.
I'm just joking.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's presentable.
It's presentable, right? I mean, but it's good because he's showing up, and showing up in the business and in your life is so important. You have, again, that consistency, and then break it down again. So the pro is progression.
No, see there, she don't listen. That's your problem right now. Right? You don't take direction, man. Let me tell you.
There you go. I'm going to be probably one of his most difficult clients.
No, it won't be. No, it will not be a power struggle. I promise you that. Progression means, or pro means preparation. Renders opportunity. Okay. You can say opportunities, whatever.
I'm all about abundance.
Hey, I'm all about taking one by one. So, I'm a step one foot in front of the other. I'm going to take one day by the day, right? One day by the time, whatever. One day at a time, not by the time. But, yeah.
No, it's important, So, like I said, I think that when you're ready to level up in your life, in doing what you're doing, and especially in your mindset, this is bigger than just opening up a book and and filtering that knowledge that way, and having that, I call it a spiritual entertainment, or just pure entertainment. It's for a moment. It's for a moment, right? Because you're taking in knowledge, but are you truly applying it? And I think that's something that makes you different is you do take the time to read, to study, to educate, and to really follow through on your end. And to, like I said, to get to that master level, I think a lot of people miss that opportunity of being the student and being the master.
Yeah, that's something that actually that was one of my big, I don't want to say downfalls, but I guess it could be a downfall because I'll be well read, but if you're not sharing it, then what's the point? Like, what is your purpose? If you're reading all of this literature and you have all this knowledge, but you keep it to yourself.
Right. Then you're full of shit.
I've never been full of shit. I've been said I've been full of myself, but I've never been accused of being full of shit. I talk a lot of shit, but I'm not full of shit. Anyhow. But you're right. I mean, there's a point. Well, for me, it was all about worrying about what people would say at one point. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't necessarily like I didn't have the ability to do it, because I mean, I'm fine in front of the camera. Right. You know, I can deliver the message okay, or you know, obviously we can continue to grow on that. But for me, it was just like, man, trolls, you know, stuff like that. I just didn't want to hear it, because I'm just the type of person that I don't deal too well with the shit talking. So somebody said something, I have like that short fuse. Right. Well, I had that short fuse. It's something I've worked on, and you know, I'm cool now. Right. But you know, that was one of the reasons why I kind of just was, I want to say, you know, on the outside looking in with that. But eventually, you know, I came out of my shell with that, started posting things, little things, you know. It would get comments, people would DM me about them, send messages. So I'm like, all right, cool. People are really digging the messages, right? You know, and I'll put out some here and there and whatnot. But, you know, that's something that I actually have to do more. Like, I think the last video where I put out where I was actually speaking on the topic was that discipline video.
Yes.
And I was in Omaha.
Yeah, that was deep. Yeah. And
the thing is, like, to me, those are the best videos. Yes. Because I didn't write anything. I didn't have any speaking points. That was just me speaking off the top of the dome and really just speaking from the survival scrolls of what I have in my head, but also what I'm going through at this point. Like, well, shoot, a lot of people, I told her. I was like, man, cut these motherfuckers off, man. Fuck them people. Like, I was really like on you about. I was mad at you. I think. I'm like, man, don't. Because here's let me say mine first. Let me tell the story. So she came to me, texted me about a situation she was having with some potential partners or partners that were actually already partners, and we were texting. And the thing, I get very irritated with long-winded texts. So I ended up calling her. I ended up calling her. Like, I just don't have the patience to be texting long-winded texts. I can read them, I just can't text them. So I called you, and you know, you told me the situation. And I think she wanted like this philosophical answer that was like brilliant. But I gave her like the straight up 100% like, this is what you need to do. And it was like that. And then she kept giving me like an excuse after excuse. So I was like, man, fuck them, fuck her, fuck him, fuck them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I apologize. I told you I wasn't going to try to, you know, cuss.
No, I mean, it's all a fucking moment. It was a fucking moment. It was probably a fucking 2 weeks, I think.
It took you 2 weeks to do that.
Yeah, it took me.
It took me 2 seconds.
It took me 2 weeks to
2 minutes.
But see, this is where I feel the balance is between men and women, right? We are so in our feelings and our emotions, and, you know, men are, you know, they have feelings, okay, and they have emotions, but I think that there's sometimes a disconnect. And so what he was saying, I went to him for the truth. I did not want the sugar and spice and all things nice.
Raw and uncut. Right. Straight to the source.
So I got
like Frank Lucas.
I got my answer.
You know? He didn't go to Nicky Barnes. No, he went straight over the seas. Right. Went on the little riverboat, found the people, and dealt straight with the source, right? Right. And then what did he do? He sold it for a cheaper price, and it was better than the competition, and then he took over. Now, I don't know if you've seen that movie, but
no. So now I have
American Gangster.
Yeah, I'm watching the movie.
Go watch American Gangster. There's a lot of value in that.
There is a lot
of learning things in that. Straight to the source.
So
direct to market, direct to consumer.
Yes. So anyways, so I'm trying to give him a compliment, and he's not real. Okay, so this is the difference.
I told you I don't know what I'm gonna say on this thing.
So no, but it's so important to realize that I think sometimes women we need to do a better job of giving men credit, the men who are in our lives, who give us that raw, uncut information. Because my dad is very raw and uncut, and he has this level of sarcasm. I'm going, oh, it hurts. It doesn't taste great, but it's the truth. And he always told me as a little girl, I will always tell you the truth. I will never lie to you, period. End of story, right? So that's kind of been like my motto. But since having a baby, I've had more compassion than I think I normally had. So it was playing a mental role on me, like, oh, well, I'm trying to give people a chance and an opportunity, but it was like, LaToya, you're being fucked. Yeah. You're being fucked. Yeah. Get your head out of your ass, Now, I was speaking my truth along the way, which is kudos and high five to fucking me, but I needed to cut it off. And I think that people don't realize when they need to cut shit off. If it's strangling you, if you can't breathe, if you're having knots in your stomach and it's making you like sick to that level, or the other person is getting sick because they're not sharing their truth and what it is on their end, it's time to bounce. And that's where he came in, to tell me. So I finally cut it off, and I messaged him and I was like, okay, that's it. It's done. And then I sent him a long-winded text. And then of course it was like, okay, silence. But
I think I just said, okay. Something like that.
But I think that's also a part of another level and layer of who you are. And that is a part of, I feel, the movement, because sometimes it may be in person, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes your client may call you and be like, yo, I have a situation going on. Yeah. And that mindset, that rawness, that workout that you're giving them in person is also the workout that you're also going to give them on the other side.
Absolutely. So it's called, some people visit the gym, right? Everybody visits the gym, but not too many people visit the mind gym. So you have to have that balance of getting your mind right, and obviously getting yourself right in terms of your physical goals or whatever. But yeah, you make a lot of sense when you say that, because I've heard a lot of different. You almost become like a psychologist.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm big on psychology. Yep. I love it. I like to read about it. I like to learn about it. And it's just like, man, like people, you got to think like you're opening up as a client, you're opening up to somebody who you don't know, or you may know, but you don't know him or her. Right. And you're telling them your insecurities physically. So that's where it starts. Vulnerability. And then what happens if you're a good trainer, you learn more about you. It's just like, it's like any type of sales. You have those opening questions. Right. What are your goals? Where do you see yourself? Boom, boom, boom. But then you really get deep into things and you find out what's really keeping this person from achieving the type of physique that they want. But most importantly, the type of, what am I looking for? Finish my sentence. The type of peace of mind that you need in order to obviously get to your physique goals. Yeah. So for me, I mean, if I can't get your mind right,
then you fail.
What I do for you physically or workout wise, it's just like it's all icing, no cake. Right. You need to have the cake and the icing. Yeah, absolutely. To make it sweet. You know what I'm saying? Right. So. Who eats cake without icing? Yeah, period. Some people eat icing without cake. This is true. This is a dumb motherfucker if you do that. That's going to catch up to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it's just what it is.
I mean, and I think that it's consistency. It's realizing where you're at. It's the vulnerability. It's the commitment. I mean, people don't realize how much the personal, I don't even like to call you a personal trainer.
I am a life in here. I told you that. Yes. I told you that. I always say that. I told you that. Right. I told you that. Right. Denzel Washington is my favorite actor. I take a lot of his lines from his movies. Right. I told you that. All right. I'm a professional life enhancer. Yes. That means I can enhance your lives in I can enhance your life in a multitude of ways. And I mean that when I say that, like I'm smiling, but I'm serious. Yes. Like people just don't understand it until they get hit upside the head with it. They're like, damn, this dude is
It's
some
for
different
real.
shit.
Yeah, no, and I think that
I need more. I'm like a addict now.
Right.
You got any more of that? Yeah,
exactly.
I got it for you. It's gonna cost
I
you.
whooped your ass, and then exactly.
It's gonna cost you now, pimping.
Right. So we obviously, being friends and also using each other professionally to, enhance each other's lives. Go ahead and tell the people how I helped to enhance your life, where I came in with my gifts and my skills, to kind of turn the corner for you with what you're doing.
You tell them, and I'll co-sign it. You tell them.
You guys see
what did you do?
You guys see what I deal with. So
she don't deal with it. I'm just real with it.
Yeah.
So she gonna deal with it. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
Deal with the realness.
No, I think real talk. I think it's important because, like I said, you've enhanced my life in different ways and helped me to make very important decisions that were fucking critical, right, to life.
That's crazy because I never looked at it like that. I was just like, yo. No, when somebody
when somebody is taking food out of your mouth and your family's mouth, then we got problems, right?
I'm not going hungry for nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
And I think that when you are on the path of working with Marcus and really bringing yourself into another person's world and being open to that and realizing that you're gonna be challenged. You're gonna have to deal with some life altering movements, and he helped me through a major life altering movement. And he had said one thing that I kept repeating to so many people, and that is, I said to him, well, this person has potential. And he about went off. He went off. He was like, well, everybody has fucking potential.
Potential.
Right.
Anybody ever seen the movie? If you haven't seen this movie, it's called The Bronx Tale. You seen that movie, The Bronx Tale?
Yeah.
The best movie ever, like one of the best movies ever in life. If you haven't seen it, go see it. De Niro says something to his son, Lil Colosio, Lil C, right? Uh-huh. He told his kid, he was talking about Mickey Mantle, and the kid was like, yo, you think I can be like the Mick and whatnot? He was like, man, you can be anything you want to be, right? But he told me, he said, you know what, son, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. And that hit me. So like, I remember I was watching that movie with my dad when that came out, and he used to always tell me that too after that. And like, that's just something that stuck in my head forever. Right. I say it to this day, say it to my daughter.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, we all have talent, we all have potential, but how many of us use it and hone in on it and actually figure out who we are and find our purpose so that we can, use those talents and gifts and blessings to not only help others, impact others, but monetize it too. Yes. Because if you don't make money off of it, you can't eat. And if you can't eat, you can't help people. You can't impact people. So, I mean, it is what it is. So that's for me, talent or potential. Listen, man, you see a lot of talented and potentially gifted people. Right. Man, it's all about what you do with it. Like I've been talented and gifted to get just to interact with people and show this different side of me for a long time. Right. But I ain't never made any use of it. Now that I've had this PROBurn stuff in my mind for a long time. Right. And that's where I kind of came in and I helped. Listen, the PROBurn movement, listen here. It's funny about the PROBurn movement because it was accident. I didn't even mean to come up with this whole name, this whole training aspects, all of that. It's like, man, whenever you ever be like this, like whenever you're running or whenever you're doing whatever you do, it kind of takes you to a different place to where you get some of your best ideas. Yes. So I got that idea, I think just driving or just working out during the middle of the workout. I thought I was the only one. I'd be driving and I'm like, oh my God, it's genius. Yeah, yeah. And I'll just write it down or I'll voice record it. And then eventually I started taking action. I designed the logo. You know, I taught myself how to design, you know, do the graphic design and stuff to where I don't have to pay anybody to do my videography or anything like that. So everything you see is all me.
Yes.
And that was, I mean, I wish I could pay somebody. I don't got that kind of bag yet. So I can't pay nobody. I have to learn things.
But, you know, it's all too, my business coach used to say, I used to get upset with her, but she was real. She was like, Latoya, you have to learn how to do this stuff. Because sometimes you can't, you know, sometimes it's good to delegate, but then sometimes you got to take control and kind of hone in on it on yourself.
Because there's a certain type of way you want things, and certain type of, you know, touch and type of, you know, flair that only you can do. So there's things that I can do and things that I can say that only I'll say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you heard somebody else say it or do it or saw somebody do it, they'd be like, oh yeah, he's a cornball. He's good. Like, he's trying too hard.
Right.
It's got to flow naturally. So, I mean, that's just where that came from. And everything just kind of fell into place. But this all happened after I got fired from, my job at Arizona Compass, where I was coaching basketball. And, you know, that's just one of those situations where I was scared. Like, and I'm still like in a place where it's like,
it's the illusion.
I'm not going back to work for somebody else. I know that.
Yeah.
So for me,
I'm right there with you.
So for me, it's hey, this is going to work or it's not, and I'm going to put all my faith and belief because I know what I have. I know the product that I have is fire.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's just everybody else has to catch up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
but you have
talk about that train.
Yeah, you got to get on the jet, the plane, the train. You got to get on.
You're gonna catch up and get left. Either way, I'm good.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's a movement, and it only takes one person to start a movement. It only takes one person to believe in you. Then that person tells this person tells this person. Like it's something that grows organically.
Right.
And you know, that's kind of like where you're coming in. I'll say this, and I told you this from the get-go. Marketing has always been my issue. I just don't like it. Like,
or scared of
I don't like
it.
I just don't like it. Like I can do it, and I'm starting to go in that direction of where I'm reading more on it and I'm learning more on it. And
you do it already.
I do it already, but it's natural. Like I don't even try.
Right.
But there's certain things in marketing that you have to do so that it sells. Right. You know what I mean? There's certain key points that you have to hit. You know, the who, the how, the why,
and then charging your worth.
Yes. Now the total charging my thing, and this is my biggest issue. It always has been. Is like for me, it was hard for me to ask for money. Like it's just one of those things that I don't do. Like I never did.
Independent people, it's very hard to ask.
I'll do this shit. And people were like, can I work out with you, man? I'm like, come on, man. Like, this is what I do. Like, I'm giving the game away for free for years. You know what I mean? For years.
And what do I say? Don't ever give shit away for free. But we all have to start something.
I'm good. Yeah. Hey, that's Toya talking. I believe in giving the game away for free only because I got a surplus of it. Like the game I give you, that's just like the appetizer. Because the real game you're gonna have to pay for.
Right.
So all this shit you're seeing on IG and YouTube and all that, like that's game, that's fire, right? But just imagine the type of game you're gonna get when you deal directly with me on a one-on-one, in-person basis or online training type basis. Like you're gonna get game upon game upon game. You're gonna be gamed up. Like I'm gonna give you a double dose of the game. Like you have a game hangover the next day. Like to just consume it all.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a process, and that's where I think I came to you and I'm like, okay, here's my vision. This is what, you know, you need to do to be successful. Here's some of the things that you need to implement. And when I saw him, this is where I feel the difference between, you know, like collectively working with men, women, all of that, bringing things, bridge things together comes in is somebody has to listen. So whether it was calling you and being like, I need advice from you, like for real, and taking it. And then I knew in my heart that I needed to listen to what he said and apply it. 2 weeks later, I am forced by the universe and everything else. Like, I ain't got nothing but to apply it. So then I applied it. And then I saw Marcus be able to take what I believe in wholeheartedly, what I know I can do in my sleep. And it's helped somebody to build their business, build their brand, and him starting to apply and take little tidbits for him. It's not like he did like 110% of everything, but he studied it and he went back to the drawing board for himself and saying, okay, this is the direction that I want to go. This is what I'm trying to do. And I was so proud. I was like, yes. I felt like I had truly won because I needed that winning moment. I needed that. I know I believe in myself, but until somebody else is working with you, practicing what you're preaching kind of thing, it doesn't become real. And then it's like, I'm seeing it, people commenting and, you know, all the love testimonies that you're getting.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah. That is, I think, I mean, anytime you can get testimonies, you know, in terms of dealing with fitness and mindset, fitness especially, I mean, a picture says 1,000 words, so you can post it before and after, but it's the way people walk and the way people, like I got this guy, man, you won't never find him with his shirt on anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Marcus Hicks. Yeah. So before we started, he was overweight, you know, obviously self-conscious about things. Man, this fool won't do a workout without his shirt on now. Like, I'm like, bro, like just the swag, the type of attitude that changes, like you see all of this manifest right before your eyes. So I mean, those are the best types of testimonials, right? And
we all see it. We were all part of it.
Yeah, like they've seen it. It's all, the receipts are there. You can go back to day one when we started training. This motherfucker took 2 hours to do one workout and didn't finish the workout. Now he can get through that workout in about 45 minutes to an hour. Wow. So, I mean, just the mindset aspect and obviously his motor in terms of his cardiovascular conditioning has all just skyrocketed.
Oh, I'm sure improved.
Now my only problem is taming this. Taming this, because he's trying to call me out. I'm like, I'm a whole different beast now. You're not ready for me. I go hard. It's my name for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just those types of things. I really just think you need one person to really show the world, like, hey, this one person believed in me. He probably didn't have a choice either, because I gave him some super dope, like, prices. So, I mean, like, and he still cry about the prices. I'm like, listen, man, like, I gifted you. Like, look what I gave you.
Gave you life.
Bruh, look what I gave you. So, I mean, it's just those types of things. Obviously, the feedback that you get from just getting referrals, that's big. People say, hey, don't mess with this dude. There's another guy on there who's a college basketball referee, big time college basketball referee. He needed to get to the next level physically in order to get to the place he wants to be at in terms of the pecking order in the reffing in the reffing industry. And you see him, he's going hard. Like, he's changing.
He's putting it in.
He's going hard. So he's going to have a big season next year. I guarantee you he'll get to the NCAA tournament. How far will he go? I don't know, but he'll get there next year.
People don't get that. Like, you know, I think we were talking about somebody that you were working with before, and I was like, dude, I'm like, I guarantee start working with you. I'm like, increase in sales, promotions, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then they gave up. And it's funny because to me as a man, I've seen men all around me push themselves. They have this impeccable drive and determination, and not everybody has that. And even women as well, they have this drive that's in us. I don't know where the fuck the superwoman comes out in me most of the time, but there is this place that I feel like, if you don't work on the emotional and the mental side of things, you're going to constantly give up. And if you're giving up after day fucking one, what else are you giving up in your life?
Yeah, that's a character flaw.
Right.
That's a character flaw.
What else? And who else are you giving up in your life? And then who else is giving up on other people around you, right? So it's truly a pattern that I saw that I was like, dang, Well, now I realize you truly are, what's that quote? You are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And I was just like, like this is epiphany moment. I'm like, oh, fuck, like, wow, and so I was like, I don't want to be that type of person because it's not going to get me to where I want to be.
It's not going to manifest.
No, it ain't going to manifest.
Yeah, it's not going to manifest none of your goals and dreams and aspirations.
And we all hit rock bottom. But there's a point of hitting rock bottom and then leveraging over that rock bottom and being like, fuck you, bitch. I'm not going down
Getting
there.
back up.
Right.
Rocky Balboa mentality. How many times Rocky's ass get knocked down by Clubber Lane and Drago? His ass got right back up though.
Right.
And kept getting that beating. But eventually he outlasted.
Right.
He outlasted the fight and the battle and the war and he was victorious. And giving shout outs to Adrian and all of that. So, it's just about how long you can outlast those obstacles and those adverse situations and adverse individuals that may be in your life that are slowing you down.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because you might be in the fast lane, but you might have somebody latched onto you that's emerging in the slow lane. And what does that mean? That means, if you don't shake them, you don't shake them, it'll bake them. You know what I mean? Shake and bake. You got to shake and move out here. You really gotta be about your business and about your issue.
Yes.
And go get it.
Yes. So you guys have gotten, I told you this was going to be like one of the most special episodes.
Is it over?
No.
Okay, because I'm just getting warmed up, baby.
Whatever.
We about to burn up and turn up.
So I want people to know. So I always tell you guys, like I told you last time, all of my special guests have the opportunity to come back and to promote themselves or series, or come back, have conversations to focus and refocus you. And so where can people follow you and find you? How can they get in contact? If they want to be a part of the movement?
I always say, man, I don't even like the word follow. Don't follow me. Just walk with me.
Oh,
so, just hit me up on IG, Instagram for you people who don't know what the IG is.
Right, there are some people
I'm one of those people. I just learned. Now I'm trying to act like I know the lingo. So Instagram, Mrobgoeshard. That's M for Marcus, R for redundant. You know what that means?
To be redundant?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want him to be redundant. Go ahead.
I just popped up in my head. Can't even spell the word. But Mrob, R-O-B, goes, G-O-E-S, hard, H-A-R-D.
So that's
and also IG is where I do most of my material. It's just been the best for me. I think I am going to start doing more on Facebook in terms of like a Facebook live page where I have my own page and not my personal page.
Correct.
Which one is that? Marcus? Mrobgoeshard. Hey, find me on Facebook. Mrobgoeshard.
Right.
Find me on, just type in Marcus Robinson. You're going to come up with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm light skinned, got the curls for the girls. And, well, I'm dark skinned now. I've been out in the sun a lot, but I'm still handsome.
Right. It's true.
Come and pay my ransom.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm joking.
That'll be another story for another day.
Another day. I got him.
So thank you, Mr. Robinson, for joining me here on the Manifest That Shit podcast, you guys.
Did we manifest a banger?
A banger.
A burner.
Banger.
A burner of a show. PROBurn.
PROBurn.
And a banger.
All about that PROBurn.
All about that PROBurn. It's your turn. We chase that burn. Come get at me.
Right.
If you have health goals, fitness goals, mindset goals, if you just want to be in a better place physically and mentally, holler at me. I'm telling you, I can help you out online. I can help you out in person. All you got to do is send that request.
Just send that request. All right, bye.
Oh, you can email me.
Yes.
Mrobgoeshard@gmail.com. Everything's Mrobgoeshard.
Believe me, you can find him.
I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to find.
Right, except for me, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining us here, and I'm sure Mr. Mrobgoeshard will be back for another podcast.
I'll be back if y'all want me.
Right.
I'm only coming back by popular demand, though. I'm not coming back if I'm not invited.
Okay, all right, we're sending requests. All right, guys, take care.
Go.
Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode of the Manifest That Shit podcast. If you are interested in getting your side hustle into a true business and stop treating your business like a hobby, then sign up for the How to Work Like a Boss and Make 10K. It is a free guide just for you that I created. And in this, it really gives you the exact steps that I took in order to create that passionate, purposeful, and profitable business. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. And last but not least, leave a review. Give me those stars and leave your comment. Let me know what topics you would like to hear next time. And definitely, if you're interested in booking a free business strategy session with me, go ahead and also click the link below. I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure that you make your life your business. Bye, Boss Babes.